everybody, welcome to video 2 from There's This Book, and today we are doing a short little 6-question Q&A. So to start off with question 1, what is one of your favorite book series?
One of my favorites is anything Shadowhunter related, so anything in that world by Cassandra Clare.
Okay. Mine would be the Black Dagger Brotherhood. I like the main series, I like the spin-off, listened to it several times, so that's one of my all-time favorite.
Number 2, 3 authors that you enjoy, not necessarily, they can be your favorite, but maybe they're influential, you really like their stuff, you go back to them time and time again.
My first one is Kit Rocha. It's actually a writing team, that's her pseudonym, and it's dystopian, erotic type stuff. It's excellent. Second author would probably be Jennifer L. Armentrout, and she does some young adult and she does some new adult, and they're all fantastic.
Love her as well. She's not on my list, but I love her.
It was hard to choose just 3. Like I said, that's why we chose 3 of, not 3 only. And then my other one is Michelle A. Valentine. She does mostly new adult stuff, and they're great too. A lot of contemporary, but rocker and wrestler, and but they're all romances and they're hot. So they're hot. So
my 3 of mine are Cassandra Clare and Rochelle Mead, and then now I've forgotten my other one.
Huh? No.
I was gonna say C.C. Hunter. So yeah, C.C. Hunter.
Yeah.
She wrote the Shadow Falls and the spinoff. So love all 3 of those, and Jennifer L. Armentrout, love her too.
Okay, question 3. Hardcover versus paperback.
I love both. I like that paperbacks tend to be obviously cheaper, just because I'm a mom and that appeals to us most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I love paperback just purely because it's substantial. They don't bend like a paperback does, and it's a hefty weight.
They look pretty on your shelf.
They look pretty on your shelf. It's a substantial piece of literature.
Mm-hmm.
So I lean more towards hardback, but I buy both.
And I would say that I don't really care. I listen to mostly audiobooks these days and do some ebooks, but I do like paper books for my bookshelf to look pretty. They're collectors for me and artwork. So I don't really care if they're hardback or paperback. Lots of times you don't have a choice when it comes to self-published. They're only paperbacks. So, question 4.
Question 4 is, where do you read? Is there a specific spot in your house that you gravitate towards when you go to read?
I mostly sit in our glider rocking chair thing that's out in the living room that I used to rock the boys in when they were little. I do read in my bedroom some now that I have a nicer bed, but lots of times it's out there in the chair.
I don't have a specific spot. I do tend to read up in my husband's bedroom, but I'll read down in our basement too. If he's, just to be around him, we'll do something together, but not really together.
In the same
So
space.
we're in the vicinity. But yeah, so those are probably the 2 main spots that I read. Is it my turn?
I think so.
5. No, are you sure?
Is it my turn?
I think it's your turn.
What's your environment like when you read? Music, no music, quiet, TV in the background?
No TV, because I would start watching TV instead, unless it's something I really don't want to watch. But as far as noise, I tend to listen to music. I can't do public places to read, doctor's office, park bench, it doesn't work for me, because I get too distracted. So usually it's headphones, music.
Same thing with me. I need the music. That's when I'm reading or when I am writing review. I need actual earbuds. I need it to cancel out the other noise and only have and I'm usually a lot more efficient and can absorb the story more and stuff like that. So, last question.
Number 6, last question. How do you start reading, get started reading, as an adult? A lot of people, I think, are under the misconception that you've read all your life. But that's not true, I find, for a lot of people. Most people used to read maybe as a kid and then they kind of stopped, or they never really read at all until they were an adult. So, what did you do?
My defining moment was the Harry Potter series. I was pregnant with my oldest, and a friend of mine recommended listening to them on audiobook, and Jim Dale is a fantastic narrator, and it was nice for where I was at in my life and my work situation and things like that to occupy me mentally. And it was really good entertainment. It really stuck with me, and I think that's the point where I started really seeking out an e-reader and audiobooks and things like that. I'd never really thought about it before, and I thought, audiobooks, those are those things that my parents used to stick in the cassette tape player in the car when we were on a long car ride. Ew, that's not even the same thing. It's not even close now. I mean, it's not relatable at all. I mean, just totally different when you think about audiobooks today. So that's kind of where I got started as an adult.
I got started sorry, my butt was hurting. Got started thanks to Megan. About a year or so, I would say, before my son was born, and he's 3. And I don't even really remember the circumstances. Do you? I think I maybe came to you and you had been talking about books, and of course you had already started blogging by then, and I think I said, can I just try some? Because I had already read Harry Potter. I had been reading Harry Potter.
I think so, yeah.
And anyway, she just was like, I'm just going to start sectioning off my shelf, and I'll bring you, a couple series at a time. And she started with the Nightshade series and all young adult, obviously, but Nightshade, Chemical Garden, Fallen, and Hush Hush. And those, I think, were the first 4. And then a long list of, after
Vampire Diaries.
No, I haven't read Vampire
No,
Diaries.
the
Vampire Academy.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oops.
No Vampire Diaries
and then,
yet.
Then the Bloodlines off of that one. And
yeah. So
been
it started there, and I have not stopped since. So I think it definitely helps when you find something that you really love to read.
Yeah.
And I think, as kids, a lot of times in school, you're forced to read things that it doesn't interest you. And especially as a young kid, there's so many other distractions out there that are so tempting.
Well, and they don't help when they pressure you with, like, the AR tests and
right,
stuff like that.
Right.
And I know they mean good and they have good intentions behind it, but it's just a lot of pressure for these kids to read a certain type of book or that are harder because they're worth more points and things like that. I mean, it's
for a grade, and I think for me, reading is all about because I want to, and it's for enjoyment. And
well, and even I have separate books, what I do for enjoyment and what I do for the blog. And I think you need that balance. You need to be able to read something that's just for fun. You don't feel the pressure of having to write a review.
Yeah.
And I know some people are like, oh, well, it should be fun. There are tons of books that I reviewed that I absolutely loved, and I didn't mind. I don't mind reviewing, obviously, that's what I do. But to be able to just read and know that at the end, I can slap 5 stars on it and write, hey, I love this book, it's fantastic, and leave it at that. And it's good. It's just for me. But there's also those other ones that they were fantastic, but I have to write a review. So it's a little bit different mindset, I guess, when you're going into the book. So.
Yep.
So if you like these questions and you want to hear more, definitely thumbs up the video and put questions in the comments if you want to hear more about us or have more questions about blogging in general or have suggestions, or if you want to do another Q&A, we can do more questions longer. So just comment and
let us know.
Let us know. And make sure you subscribe. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.